This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news with T.I. Well, this is not T.I. That's the next story. T.I. believes that he is on the same level as Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and Kanye West. Now, the only thing I agree on is this is kind of his class of artist, okay? And coming out of Atlanta, he was one of those guys, okay? Like, just like Jay-Z was to Brooklyn, T.I. is to Atlanta. But, you know, it's like Atlanta has, you know, Outkast, T.I., Jeezy, Gucci, you know, many others. But T.I.'s at that level coming out of Atlanta. But not at Jay-Z's. He didn't make, not all of his music is timeless, you know? Like, if you go back and listen, some Jay-Z stuff too. Most of it's timeless, though, I'm gonna be honest. Lil Wayne, see, he never reached that height to me. T.I. was up there, but not at the Lil Wayne height. And he never reached the Kanye height to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. If T.I. hadn't done a lot of stuff in the past decade, we might think of him a little bit differently, maybe at that level. You know, he did like reality television. He kept trying to be outspoken, but then getting called out and then doing hypocritical moves. I don't know. There's just, I like T.I. as an artist. He's one of my favorite artists out of the South, but he does a lot of knucklehead stuff too. Same with Kanye. He does a lot of knucklehead stuff. And I think that takes away from your legacy. But Kanye has things to make up for it, like Yeezys, you know, like they evolved into different businesses. T.I. was going that way with the movies. But now that's canceled because he has all these cases against him. Lil Wayne never got into movies or anything. He just bossed up and put a lot of artists on. You could say T.I. put some artists on. He put Young Dro on, Azealia Banks, or not Azealia Banks, Azealia, what the other one is, not Azealia Banks, what's the other girl's name? I don't know, who cares? Iggy, yeah, I'm sorry. I get them mixed up because they had so much beef years ago. Yeah, I don't know, you know, it's like Lil Wayne put on Drake and Nicki Minaj and a bunch of others, then Jay-Z, State Property, Kanye, even though Dame Dash was heavily involved with that. But you know what I mean. You know, it's like J. Cole, Rihanna, Rick Ross. You know, he saw talent, you know, even though it might have been alley-oop to him. He dunked it. You know what I mean? I can't say the same for T.I. For everybody. He put on Young L.A., a bunch of others, but they didn't go to those heights, you know? Even Kanye, Travis Scott, you know, he saw a lot of talent early. Kid Cudi, Big Sean, you know, he saw talent early. You know, T.I., I think he's more selfish. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these artists are selfish, but T.I.'s pretty selfish. He's like Jeezy-ish. Jeezy's pretty selfish too. Anyways, I like T.I. though. Don't get me wrong. I just, as you should think very highly of yourself. I think he paved a way for a lot of people to go on, you know? And I like T.I. more before the reality show stuff. It seemed like he held himself at a certain caliber, you know? I don't know. It just seemed more mystical, and T.I. is like up here. And then the reality stuff really took away from that, I gotta be honest, you know? But I get it. You know, he put his family on. I gotta say that. They're all getting money. Drakeo the Ruler, I mean, we already reported this before, but he says, of course, I see Soulja Boy rapping like me, ain't no different than all these others. I don't know if Soulja Boy's exactly rapping like him. I'd have to see more new Soulja Boy raps. Soulja Boy raps like everybody. If you haven't seen, he took a little B style at one point, riff rap style at one point. You know, he borrows from people, but this is kind of how you stay alive out here, too. Just Soulja Boy does it in a more blatant way. And Soulja Boy does see a lot of talent early, I gotta say that. I can't say Skinny from the 9, and he just signed him. And Skinny from the 9 and YBM Almighty J got it to squabbling. And Skinny from the Nine tried to show he had no bruises or anything. We'll get into that later, more in depth. But Skinny from the Nine is a clown. I gotta say. At least YB and Almighty J was done with him talking ish. Met up with him, put the beats on him. Then we got Honeycomb Brazy. Man, threw it all away. He was kind of getting a buzz, but now he has to finish a 15-year sentence. He did a year and a half already. Got let out on bond, right? He served 18 months or something on a 15-year sentence. The DA has revoked his bond now for violating terms of probation. There were they tried to say these were stage props for music videos. Remember that music video with him and Jay Prince, and he was holding the gold, big weapon. That was bad. He traded fire with unknown assailants. Remember that Instagram video? It was all cut on the gram of him getting popped at. He didn't stay out of trouble. That's one thing with the system is you have to stay out of trouble. You don't want to be in the system because of that. Because if trouble comes your way and you defend yourself, now you look guilty. It doesn't make sense. I agree with you 100%. But it's like, I would have stayed. You don't want to lose 13 years. It's a lot of time, man. That's a lot of time. Even if you worked at Costco or Amazon, something like that. I mean, you're missing out on, almost over $500,000 of income, just at that kind of job, and progress in your life. If you're going to be I think he'll be able to overturn that, though. It usually goes through the system. I bet you he'll do a few years and come out, because if you have, he has connections with certain people that can kind of get him the right representation and everything and try to appeal everything. Sad though. He has a lot of. His mom's always. He did something, man. Honeycomb Brazy did something. They're popping at his mom's house all the time. His grandparents passed because they were popping at his house, and oxygen tank exploded. I mean, it's crazy, man. That's a movie, man. This is a real movie. Then we got White Boy Rick. Okay, so White Boy Rick is Detroit, or taking them to court for $100 million. If you don't know the story about White Boy Rick, this guy was like 15, 16. Feds were working with him, using him to bust other people, but letting him move weight. And, they were letting him do stuff, right? Then eventually they just said, you know what? We're going to lock you up too. For the same stuff they were letting him do. That's what it says in the movie. He was 17 when they busted him, right? Crazy story, too. Gotta watch the movie. But in the movie, he's like dating like a official's daughter. It's crazy. It's crazy. He did 33 years at 17, right? And I think it was for white. You know what I'm talking about. And that's a long time for someone that's 17. 33 years. And they denied his appeals all the time. Then they got him on some carjacking ring. Somehow he orchestrated that from prison to get money. It's crazy. So I'm not blaming the people that are in office now. I'm not blaming the U.S. Attorney's Office that are here. I'm blaming the people from the past, the people that did it to me. Retired FBI agents, officials, U.S. Attorney released my grand jury testimony. Okay, so we'll see, but I don't think he's going to get $100 million, I'm going to be honest. They ain't giving up that money. Maybe a couple million, but probably not. They're going to probably argue that, you were guilty. I don't know. He has an insane story, though, if you watch his movie. Matthew McConaughey's in the movie. And then there's also a documentary that's really good on him. Anyways, guys, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.